by the way, in the inn, that is, they stopped to refresh themselves, to eat, whatever. It's a long journey, that the Lord met him and sought to kill him. And because of the him and him, many people don't understand. Let me explain. The Lord met Moses, him, and sought to kill one of the uncircumcised children, the boy, him. Look at verse 25. In verse 25, then Zipporah, that the wife, took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of her son and cast it at his feet, and said, surely a bloody husband art thou to me. What had happened is Moses, an Israelite, believed in circumcision. Zipporah, the wife, was not an Israelite. She was a woman of Midian. And Moses did not know that he'll ever come back again. So when he was given, can you blame him, at the age of 40, was given Zipporah to be his wife, he accepted. And now they had the first child. And as Moses on the 8th day wanted to do the circumcision, Zipporah said, oh, what's that? What are you doing? And Moses said, I am a descendant of Abraham, and every boy that is born must be circumcised. I've never heard of that. Zipporah said, yes, that is the covenant and the token, the sign of the covenant with us, the Jews. And then the second child was born. And Zipporah said, you know, my husband, this boy is not going to go through what the first boy went through. Blood everywhere. And then he has to, you know, be treated and sick and all that. This one will not happen. Moses said, this is the covenant we have with the Lord. Every boy, every man-child that is not circumcised will be cut off from among the people. Zipporah said, I'm telling you, I will have my way. I don't accept this. I don't understand this. She raised objection to the circumcision of the child. Now, Moses said, no argument, let it go. But God will not let it go. The man is the head of his home. And you had known the Lord before the wife came in. And you have been in covenant with the Lord before the wife came in. You just need to tell the wife, here is the covenant, here is the conviction. And she, if she is born again, she will not have a way against the word of the Lord. That's what happened there. And the boy would have been killed. But then Zipporah understood that this was the bone of contention, and took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of her son, only one son that had not been circumcised, and cast it at his feet, and said, surely a bloody husband, an husband of blood. That's what she was saying. Art thou to me? Verse 26. So he let him go. Again, the he and the him. So he, God, let him, Moses, and his family go. Then she said, a bloody husband thou art because of the circumcision. Very important. And for us today, it's still very important that our hearts are circumcised. Genesis chapter 17, I'm reading from verse 14. Genesis 17, verse 14. And the uncircumcised man-child, whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant. That's why the Lord wanted to cut off that child, because the mother, Zipporah, had objection and will not allow that circumcision to have taken place. Deuteronomy chapter 30, we're looking at verse 6. Deuteronomy 30, verse 6. And the Lord thy God will circumcise thine heart. Here is still Old Testament. The Lord was telling the children of Israel, the circumcision does not stop with your flesh. The Lord thy God himself, when you present your heart to him, and he's thy God already, you are born again already. The Lord who is thy God by salvation, by redemption, by forgiveness. The Lord thy God. Ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. The Lord who is already now their God by redemption. Their sins were forgiven. Their lives were transformed. And they were now living that transformed life because of the Son shall make you free. You shall be free indeed. And that Lord your God will now circumcise your heart. The sanctification. And the circumcision is not gradual. It's instantaneous. The Lord thy God, when he circumcises your heart, he takes away that nature you brought into the world, and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord thy God with all thine heart. That's what circumcision of heart does. Makes you to love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. Romans chapter 2.